What's happening, everybody? I'm back. It's me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington, and I am here with my review for Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. I feel like you had to say the whole thing no matter what. But if you have not seen this movie yet, come on back because there will be spoilers. I have been super excited and pumped up to see this movie. I was anticipating it. I'm not going to lie. I was nervous as hell at first. I was hella nervous because I remember Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. And I'm sorry, the Academy Award winning Suicide Squad. And I didn't think that that character was necessary to have her own film. Because remember, we were supposed to get this, Harley and the Joker and so much more. And I was like, yo, I think we're pushing this too far. I understand the star power of Margot Robbie. I understand that. But as far as going and stretching the Harley Quinn character from Suicide Squad, I was like, I'm not too sure about that. And then the test screenings came out of this film. And of course, test screenings are just to see what general audiences might like about it and might not like about it. And so they went back and did reshoots. And that's when they added the director of John Wick to amp up the action scenes. And I was like, okay, this could be a good thing. I was always behind Cathy Yan for directing the film and Christina Hodson for writing it. So I was like, let's see what happens. And I got a chance to see this movie. And let me tell you something. This joint is fucking amazing. I was blown away by how much I love this movie. The action in this movie is so on point. Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is so dope with this because how she tells the story. Harley Quinn is an unreliable narrator, so she'll tell you one thing, but it shows you another. You forget she's crazy as the character. They built these characters up like... That's something you hear critics normally say, like, did they develop the characters? Did they build their stories? Did they make you feel for them? Did they make you believe in them? They did all of that. Rosie Perez is Renee Montoya. You understand her purpose, her reason, the way she becomes, and how she ends up teaming with the Birds of Prey and, well, the group collectively and how it makes sense. Whereas Journey Smollett-Bell's Black Canary, the same thing. Mary Elizabeth Winstead's Huntress, who is hilarious. I did not think I was going to be saying that. Ella J. Bosco as Cassandra Cain. It works. All of it works together. Ali Wong in it as Renee Montoya's ex-girlfriend who they have beef and stuff. It's a great movie. The violence in this is up to par. When you say you want violence, you get the violence. It earned its rated R. You know what I'm saying? It's R rating, shall I say, excuse me. It earned its R rating. It didn't push it to be R rated just for the sake of being R rated. Everything this movie does, it does well. It earns its rating. It doesn't just force things over you. It doesn't beat you over the head. You know what I'm saying? Harley is violent on so much, and it's one of the funniest things about her whole world seems to go to shit. Not just because of her breakup with the Joker, but because she didn't have her morning breakfast sandwich after a hangover. And if you've ever been hungover and you just want a good-ass bacon, egg, runny egg, cheese sandwich, and you see somebody take that from you, you want to kill everybody. But I digress. It was great to see that. The way she brings up people who have grievances with her and why they have grievances will have you fucking tickled. Speaking of having you tickled. Now, y'all know me. If you watch my reviews, you know I keep it A100 with y'all. I do like I do on Mad Titan. I try to keep it raw, real, relatable, and where I don't pull punches and beat around the bush. Ewan McGregor as Black Mask is the villain I never knew I wanted or needed. Just to hear Ewan McGregor as Roman Sionis is one thing. You're like, okay, cool. This could be interesting. But to see him in the role is so amazing. The man's petty level is beyond none other. Again, gave you the spoiler alert. There is one point where he is murdering a family. He murders the man who is the head of a crime syndicate, He murders his wife right next to the daughter, has their faces skinned off by Victor Zsasz, right? Goes to the daughter, was gonna spare the daughter, was like, yo, she's seen enough, she's good, Victor, let her go. When he's about to let her go and she's like, thank you, she has a snot bubble. She has the snot bubble. He sees and was like, ugh, I changed my mind. Kill her. Do you understand how petty you gotta be? And the level of petty he played with it is hilarious. How he's emotional. He's like a giant brat who can't get his way. And so his temper tantrums are invoked in the form of anger. You know, they come out like anger. Excuse me if I use the term incorrectly. It's early while I'm doing this, so I just want y'all to know. I wanted to make sure I got this out for y'all. But that is great. There's so much. Stephen Williams, who is the former captain in the original 21 Jump Street, right? He was in, was it Jason Goes to Hell, the Final Friday? I'm lucky enough to be in a movie with him called Glass Jaw that you can currently find out on Amazon. Super great dude. I was glad to see him in the film. And one of the other people that shocked me in this movie is one of my homeboys, one of my dudes, Shad Gaspard. Now, if you don't know that name, or if that name sounds familiar to you and you're not sure where you know him from, Shad Gaspard is one half of the tag team known as Crime Time. Him and the homie JTG, former WWE tag team champions at one point. Shad has been popping up in movies everywhere. Shad does a lot of stunt work, a lot of action work. He's a big dude, like 6'6", muscular black dude. And I look up and I see him. I'm like, this damn fool Shad popped up in Birds of Prey. He was the stunt double for M'Baku in Black Panther. He is the body for God of War for Kratos. It is so dope to see Shad working out there. This movie just had me laughing so much. The action is amazing. The way they built up Black Canary, like, you know what her abilities are. You know she's a meta. You know she has the canary cry, but they don't give you that until you need it. And when they make you need it, it counts. So it works. Huntress, the story of Helena Bertinelli, how she lost her family, her revenge quest, how she delivers that is great. Cassandra Cain as a pickpocket, but as a take no shit kid is just amazing. There's so much right with this. I can't find anything wrong. Only thing I think I found wrong, I did find one thing. So a lot of this movie is shot in Los Angeles, in downtown LA. And being someone who lives in Los Angeles and a lot of people from LA, you can just completely identify that. And the only reason to me it was an issue is because, like, Gotham City has always been either Chicago, Toronto, or I think Philly sometimes. But because it's just the look. Whereas LA is so not Gotham-like in its look, unless you're trying to show another part of the city, which they were. And I kind of get that, but it still is just not used to the dark gloominess that these other cities and their architecture give you. As opposed to LA. And that's just a small nitpick. That's nothing major at all. Harley Quinn is just, as a character, you feel for her. You watch her live her life dealing with her breakup from the Joker. And how when people find out, like she says in the trailer, now everybody realizes they can kill her. Because no one would touch her because they were afraid of the Joker. And you do not see Jared Leto's Joker at all. You are referenced to him. You know, you see the back of him in shots from what we got in Suicide Squad, but you don't see him directly. Suicide Squad is referenced a lot. Well, about maybe 2-3 times. There is a picture where Harley is in the police station trying to break out Cassandra Cain because there's a bounty on her head. And she sees a wanted poster on the wall. And the wanted poster is Digger Harkness, a.k.a. Captain Boomerang, played by Jack Courtney. And she goes, hey, I know that guy, which is funny because, again, she tells Cassandra Cain about her life, and she starts saying things in order to be like her, what she has to do. And at one point she says, get locked up, have them put a bomb around your neck, save the world, get back locked up, get broken out by said boyfriend, break up with the boyfriend. So they reference Suicide Squad. So it's not an alternate world. This happens. This is the events after Suicide Squad. This is still in the continuity of the DCEU, if you will, but not the direct DCEU, because I guess we're rebuilding that universe, and the way we're rebuilding it is not forcing the connections. You're referencing the connections, but not forcing them. You know what I'm saying? And so with that, I really think you all need to check this movie out. I know there's going to be a bunch of dudes The same dudes who are mad about Captain Marvel, the same dudes who got mad about Star Wars. I'm like, oh man, they're just pushing a girl power agenda and blah, 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 blah. Well, the Birds of Prey have been a thing for years. Gotham City Sirens have been a thing for years. They're comic book characters. There's history behind this. The characters they're using are strong characters that have been featured in other outlets and other forms. The Arrowverse uses Black Canary on a regular, has used Huntress. Renee Montoya is new to the film world and TV world, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if they've used her in the old Birds of Prey. Cassandra Cain, somebody new from the comics, but they used her, who is actually very powerful and a very skilled fighter as she gets older. So there's nothing forced. I have to bring this up every time I talk about a movie that is heavily female-based and centered around women and strong women and things like that, because it gets sad when you see the comments that come up on Twitter and Facebook and dudes wanting to find a small little gripes. Oh, I just don't like how she acts and blah, blah, blah. You can not like an actor. That's fine. There's certain actors, men and women, I don't like. But when you just try to shit on a movie or a TV show because of what it stands for and what's the purpose of it, because it's not it doesn't align with your thoughts of what that specific gender should be or should do, or it should only be your hero, should only be these strong dudes, or the women should only be sidekicks, or maybe you have one or two women heroes who aren't the ones, it's not Wonder Woman, the one that was always put in the front or something like that, then I think that's really absurd. So I think this is a dope movie that, honestly, I didn't, people are always like, oh, I don't want to talk to critics. I don't want to hear critics. I want to hear regular people's thoughts. And I don't consider myself a critic. I'm considered a pundit, but I don't consider myself that. I consider myself an above average black dude that does dope shit, that gets to talk about these movies here on this channel and come to y'all and bring it forth and sit there and say whether I liked it or not, why did I like it, why I think you should check it out, or why I think you shouldn't check it out. Because I've had movies I've done that. Please see my review for Tyler Perry's Fall from Grace. But this one I definitely think you should check out. On a scale of 1 to 5, I had to rate this movie. I'm rating Birds of Prey a 5. I was loving it from the beginning to the end. There was everything about this movie I wanted, things I did not know that I wanted, that I got, and the story was so dope that I cannot wait to go see it again. Damn it, it's early, don't judge me, all right? But if you've seen this movie, I want to know what you thought in those comments below, all right? Go ahead, also like, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you can find out when I'm dropping more videos on this channel. Make sure you are checking out my Black Lightning reviews, the Harley Quinn DC animated show reviews myself and Winston A. Marshall do here on the channel as well, and so much more, all right? Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J. Washington. It's spelled right there below. You should know how to spell it. It's right there. Make sure you join my Supervillain Squad, patreon.com/Mr. J. Washington. Here's what the Patreon does. Yo, Jay, what do I get with your Patreon? What do I do? Well, first of all, I'm trying new things with the videos and upping the equipment and upping the production quality and things like that, and that helps with that. I'm putting more content on the Patreon. I'm trying to get all this stuff together. It's been so busy with auditions and meetings and everything. That's another thing. I'm working on that, but that's so much more. And make sure you check out the Mad Titan podcast everywhere you get your podcast from, because I get you caught up in all the things, everything that is happening in the Marvel and DC live action and cinematic universes. It is barbershop talk for nerds, so bring your ass on in the convo, all right? I'll holler at y'all later. Till then, take care. Thank you for watching. I'm out of here.